Oh, oh, hello. Oh my, you're already here. Forgive singing, guys. I'm just feeling extra happy today. Let me just put all of this away, wrapping and unwrapping. There's a lot of work. I'm just feeling extra happy today. Christmas is just on the corner, and I really can't help but feel hopeful and joyful whenever this season arrives. This is your host Harry from the Daily Show, the Ian's Daily Show, streaming live from Colombo to all audiences and well wishes. Welcome all of you. We are just so close to Christmas, and thank you for streaming in from wherever you are, from all corners of the world. Thank you for joining us. Christmas is all about giving and forgiving, celebrating life, and as we draw closer to the 25th, I sincerely hope that this season will also be a season of change and new milestones for all of you. If you're an international migrant like me and many others, coming to the UK and getting a British citizenship is probably one of your biggest goals. And believe me, it takes more than a note to Santa to be eligible for one. This is especially true for many student visa holders. Trust me, I've been there. So, how is a student visa any different from a skilled worker visa? Both can grant you entry to the UK, but did you know that different visa types imply different costs, occupational limitations, and rules to remain in the UK? Today, we're going to talk about the difference between a student and a skilled worker visa. For one, if you are aiming for permanent residence and citizenship, the skilled worker visa route is the clearest and most cost efficient pathway. Time and time again, we talk about what a skilled worker can do for you. You get a sponsorship that will qualify you for a skilled worker visa, work uninterrupted for 5 years, and you apply for a permanent residence. And then finally score the ultimate goal of British citizenship. Sounds easy, right? Well, it definitely is, especially if you get Ian's expertise and support. But what if you get a student visa? Will studying in the UK for 5 years make you eligible for a permanent residence? No. I found out that the hard way. What's worse, when your visa runs out, or when your university, for instance, has been declined the license by the Home Office, your chances of remaining in the UK would be very slim. And before you know it, you need to go back to your country and say goodbye to your UK dreams. So the question is, what do you do when your student visa is about to expire? Simple. Switch to a skilled worker visa. Now, if you missed our London event last 17th December, don't worry, you can still call us and get the expert help you need. Just ring our WhatsApp number down below, and our team will give you clear guidance on the steps you need to do. Now, what if your visa already expired and you're now outside of the UK? It's not very easy, is it? But there's still one solution for you. Try again. Read my lips. Try again. And this time, try with Ian's team. If you want to come and work in the UK, join Ian's hybrid event on the 7th January, 11 a.m. UAE time. Now, this is the first major event we're kicking off in the new year, and we're bringing hope and joy to all of you who are watching this. It's going to be a magical event where you can meet all our experts. So join us at the Sofitel Dubai Downtown Hotel in person or register online on a registration link in the comment box and you can join via Zoom. The experience is going to be phenomenal. It's going to be the same experience, whether you're joining in person or via Zoom. This is the promise. This is the Ian's promise. We've seen our previous events. You will get the same experience, same joy, same answers. It's going to be a fabulous event. And boy, I can't wait for that to happen. Joining us today is a very special guest who has seen and experienced it all. Like me and many others, Julie was also a student visa holder before, committed to making her UK dreams come true. She attended our webinar, and just a few months after, guess where she is, guys? She is already in the UK. Yes, success is sweet for those who persevere. Julie's story is a story of hope, dreams, and resilience. And I know she can inspire you in reaching your dreams too, wherever you are in the world. But before you meet her, let's cut for a very special announcement. IANS is hiring 50 nurses. You heard it right, 50 nurses. Watch this for more information.
IANS was recommended to us by a close colleague in another group of care home. Locally, we've noticed that there are the pressures when it comes to recruiting nurses, so it was suggested to contact IANS to see if that's a potential option to recruit nurses from overseas. So we had a conversation with yourselves, and here we are, 8 weeks later with 2 fantastic nurses.
My name is Jumeirah, and I'm a Nigerian. I from the eastern part of Nigeria. I lived in Abuja just before coming to the UK.
My name is Chineye Ojukwu. I'm a registered nurse from Nigeria. I reside in Delta State and just recently moved to the UK.
I would say it took around 8 weeks. It's very quick.
But I was scared because this is a company that's coming out so fast. Normally I get a week or 2 weeks to say the least, but 2 days, so I felt it was too short.
We try to do as much as we can. We like to create a little family here. We're a very close team and we provide support, whether it's just to talk about anything. We're providing them with a really good induction, getting to know our residents, getting to know our systems, our values and things like that. So there's been ongoing support.
IANS prepared me very much for the interview. I wasn't just going in for the interview blindly. I was prepared to sit for an interview and I smashed it.
What we wanted to do is find a suitable accommodation close to Ashdale so they could walk to work. We didn't want them to be too far away. Again, I think it's just being mindful that it's a new area. So we found something just a couple of minutes away, 2-bedroom with a lovely view of Pembroke Castle. We furnished it the best we could to make it as homely as we could for them because we really wanted that, the welcome to be there, that know that they're very much welcome here.
Came back 8 weeks ago. It's a beautiful start, and I also believe that working in Ashton and generally living in the UK, it's a dream come true.
I was just really amazed at how fast they were and how supportive IANS was there for me all throughout the way. I don't know how you sort your employees. I got them through you. I'm glad that you put me through.
I would say don't let it be a struggle. There is definitely an option out there. Like us, we were very anxious about trying new things because we've always been on Indeed or things like that. But for us, I would definitely recommend international recruitment and the support of IANS to help you get your team where it should be.
If you're struggling for international recruitment, then you should try IANS. They are the fastest and I think most reliable agency out there. So IANS is it for you. Just give IANS a try and you won't regret it.
I know it's quite difficult to move over to another country, especially if you haven't left home before. And because of the restrictions to get a job, using a very professional organization, which for me, IANS comes first, would make it much easier and transitioning would be a lot easier for you and more fun for you.
Wow, that was just amazing. 50 nurses. Just think about that for a second. Between 4 to 6 weeks. That's tremendous, and that is massive. I mean, so if you pass the IELTS and your CBT, make sure to submit your application form to the link on our comment section on or before 23rd of December, 10 a.m. UK time. This is it, guys. Be a certified registered nurse in 4 to 6 weeks. Just submit your application to qualify for our screening. It's so easy. With IANS, you're just a click away to hundreds of opportunities. Now, I'm going to be welcoming someone really, really special. I've got Julie, whom I mentioned earlier as well, and she's going to share a very unique story and something that I can relate to. And I'm sure many of you who have already been to the UK and couldn't complete your work or couldn't get a skilled worker visa, that you had to return home. But this is going to be something that I want you to hear from her. Julie, thank you so much for joining. And I am so happy to have you here. Welcome to the Ian's Daily Show. How are you today?
I'm good, Harry. How are you?
It's fabulous. The sun is just slowly setting in. It's getting a little bit cooler, but it was a very, very warm day here in Colombo. From where you are, it must feel really, really cool.
Yes. Good thing I'm inside because we have heater inside.
Beautiful, excellent. Dewey, I heard you were a student in the UK before, just like I was, a student too. And it always feels great to meet someone like you here in the show. Can you tell me more about your entry there as a student? How was it like?
So I entered UK before back in 2010, if I'm not mistaken. It was really difficult during those times because I left my family in the UK and it's my first time going abroad and as a student. I decided to apply as a student in the UK because I think it would give me a step forward in achieving my dream to be a UK PIN nurse. So when I got here, I had I first stayed with my cousin, and she helped me to get along with everything. So it wasn't that hard.
Wasn't well. Things got a little bit harder. We're going to be hearing that. So, okay. So we both know course fees can be expensive. What made you decide to come to the UK as a student?
Well, before the agency that I paid for offered, I said that the school or the college that I am enrolling into is was offering down payment. I mean, you don't need to pay it in full. I will just pay the half, and then after the few months, another half. So it helped me think that maybe I can do it.
Okay,
And
right. And continue, please. Yeah, go on, you were saying.
I'm thinking that studying first in the UK will give me a big step to be a UKRN because it's difficult to work as a nurse in the Philippines due to the low compensation and low salary.
I completely get where you're coming from. I mean, even when I went to the UK, it was the same thing. I thought this would be my entry, my gateway to a world of opportunity, and well, our reality was lot different, which I think we'll both find out in a bit. A bit. Right. So when you were in the UK, what happened? How did university life treat you?
Sorry?
When you were in the UK, what happened? I mean, how did university life treat you? I mean,
At
how
first
was
it was
university life?
okay.
At first?
At first it was
Okay.
okay, yes. And then after a few months, the university told me that they applied for the license and then it was rejected by the home office. So their
Wow.
license to accept international students has been declined. So they asked me to find another school that can help me. I tried. I tried to help. I've been to many
Wow.
places, been many counties, but doing everything on my own without without the help from agencies was really hard. and at the same time,
Wow.
I'm still maintaining my work because my study needs to have a placement for like it's OGT. That's what you call it in the Philippines.
Hmm.
And at the same time, trying to find a school that will accept me.
Wow, that is such a tough predicament to be in. I completely understand. Just on your own, no help from anybody, no one to turn to, or anything, and you're just switching, trying to find a university. That sounds absolutely awful. But yeah, look, like I'm sure you had a great experience being in a university, and I did too. And like you mentioned at first, it was a bit different, but being a
Yeah,
student visa also has its fair share of ups and downs.
ups and downs.
Um,
Yes.
exactly. I mean, what for you was the most challenging part of coming and staying there as a student? I mean, would you say that having a student visa can be limiting?
I think it is limiting because I cannot do everything that I need to do. I mean, that I want to do. Like for example, there are instances that, like what happened to me, the license has not been approved for the university, and I cannot work more than the limited hours that I'm allowed to work.
Oh,
But
oh,
during those time, mind you, Harry,
yeah.
I think if I'm not mistaken, that senior career pathway is not yet allowed, or there's no such pathway like that during those times. So I cannot really switch from being a student to being a senior carer, which is now the easiest path pathway to do.
Absolutely. I mean, wow, I can really feel this. So, I mean, even when I was there, I had the same issue. It was simply that I couldn't work more than the allotted 20 hours, and it was all per week. And then you could only work 40 hours during summer, and then it kept changing. It was
Yeah,
really tough. I'm telling you. For those of who had, parents who could support their children, there was a different story. But you literally had to support yourself, just like you and me. I mean,
exactly.
it was really tough. I mean, I completely feel the limits when it came to the student visa. This is really tough for me to listen as well because it brings back
Yeah,
memories.
brings back the hardships during those times.
It was something that was not very memorable, very forgettable. I completely agree with you, on all of this. Now, if you don't mind me asking, were you able to finish your course? What happened after?
Well, during those time I was taking NVQ3 Health and Social Care, so I wasn't able to finish that until the school has been fully liquidated, and they just told me that you can pick up your portfolio in the locker and so and so. But during those times, it's not only what I'm thinking that I didn't finish my course. I was only my visa was about to expire, so I
Oh
need to
boy,
think on how to extend that. And
absolutely.
then,
Imagine
yeah,
the pressure.
the
Then what
stress
happened?
and the pressure, and I really don't know what to do. And there's no one that can give me a better advice on what to do next because I'm on the limit of thinking just to go home or try to find another way on how can I stay there and find a better solution that can make me stay in the UK legally. And then,
Absolutely.
yeah, and then there comes this friend of mine who advised me to consult a solicitor that can file further leave to remain. But that didn't go well as well.
Oh dear, boy.
After a
Nothing
year,
seems to be. I went not 1 year.
yeah,
Then
after a
what happened?
year, I received the refusal letter of that FLRO.
Oh boy,
Yes,
that's
the apparently the solicitor didn't do well on my case.
oh
Um,
no,
they
that's
advised me to do an appeal, so I did.
hmm.
But I'm thinking that if they didn't do any much better on my application of FLRO, what more good will they do for my appeal? So after I think 3 or 4 months, I decided to just go home in the Philippines.
Wow, I can understand that feeling. My goodness me. I mean, there are so many people who have this very similar stories, where they are just running out of time on their student visas, and you just talking about this just brings back really tough. memories. I mean, for those of who also watching who used to be at student who are currently also are their students and are worried when the visa is running out. I think you can certainly give hope on what happens next. All right, look, it can be hard when something unexpected like that happens. It just changed the entire
Mhm.
plans, and I can imagine how it must have been difficult at the time. So, I mean, what solutions were available to you at that time? I mean, you said you had sought out a solicitor, FLROs, but and then I mean, you also mentioned that the process that you applied got rejected, and then you were given the option of appealing that
Yes.
rejection. And did you pursue that
Appeal?
appeal? Yeah, you
Yes,
didn't,
I
did
did.
you?
I
You did. You
did.
did. Oh,
I did.
nice.
Yes, I did. But my confidence on the solicitors that I paid for to represent me has been
Wow.
decreasing. So until I decided to just forget it, leave it alone, I'll just go home in the Philippines.
My goodness me. Exactly. So the costs also increasing now, isn't it? I mean, more costs, first attempt, second, and obviously, look,
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
even I would have lost faith if someone applied it for the first time and they didn't do clearly they didn't do a really good job of it. Um,
exactly.
and uh, and so after the refusal, what happened? What was going through your mind? You're planning to go, you decided to go home. What was going through your mind after the refusal, and you just decided, okay, look, I'm just gonna cut my losses and I'm just gonna head back. It must have been tough.
Well, everything is jumbled in my head before. Then I just really go back in the Philippines and try another thing.
Wow.
So just 7 months after I decided to go in Saudi Arabia.
there you go. So that's where the next part of your story begins. So you had to come back home, and I heard you worked as a nurse in Saudi Arabia. And how was the experience
Yes.
there? I mean, how did it compare to life back in the Philippines?
Well, living in the UK as a student also gives me the liberty to do everything that I want to do that I can't do in the Philippines. And then when I go back in the Philippines, well, I still practice that liberty. And then when I went to Saudi Arabia, I think I almost got a culture shock because
Yeah,
everything there is limited. You cannot wear this, you cannot wear that, you cannot go there in such time because in our accommodation we have curfew, so you need to go home
wow,
at this time. And
that must have
there's everything there is limited to women.
Wow. I mean, you hit it right on spot. You mentioned the word liberty, and this is the biggest thing that I remember being in the UK. That feeling, it's hard to explain. You could sum it up in one word, liberty. But being in the UK, that freedom to do anything you want, to be whoever you want to be, to say anything that your mind thinks of without having to worry. That feeling is something you have to experience for yourself. And it's only when you come back home or you go to different places, you see that those liberties are not available. And boy, that just really
Yes.
sums up everything that you said, Yuri. I'm telling you, that was just really something. Yeah, I mean, imagine that from going to Philippines and then back to Saudi, and you mentioned about curfews. Wow, that must have been so
Yeah.
hard for you. I could not see myself even being there, but you even went through all of that, and now imagine that joy. You're back in the UK. I mean, I imagine you must have the stability and the job advancement you needed. But what made you still decide come to the UK? I mean, you already failed once, but what made you come back to the UK? I mean, what made UK the ultimate goal out of all the other countries you could have picked? Why UK?
To be honest with you, I've always been afraid to go back to the UK just for the thought that I overstayed. That's always in my mind. So before coming here, or before I applied here in the UK, I tried to apply in Canada. Paid an agency, waited all this time to complete all the documents, and up to now nothing.
Oh, oh
But
boy.
I'm a risk taker. So when I saw the advertisement in IANS, graphic adverts, I'm thinking maybe this can help me go back into the UK. Well, I need to, at some point in my life, I need to take a risk. If I get rejected,
Yeah.
it's okay. But then I saw IANS and did my research, and I said, wow, they're making everything so swift, very, very fast, in just within 3 to 6 months. I think the first videos that I've seen was with Miss Rhea. She's a registered nurse in the Philippines, and then she went in the UK in the very fast, quick time. So I got inspired, and I started sending messages to Sir Michael in Facebook Messenger. And I signed up to the webinar
Wow.
last April 23rd of this year, and sign up in Momentum Club in 28th of April. Mine was also fast.
Wow. That is really, really fast. Boy, the, you mentioned about applying for Canada and like thing. I did the same thing just recently.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know what to say. Is it like deja vu or something? I don't know. A coincidence. And again, nothing happened. For 8 months, I wasted that time, and it is remarkable. And then you said you're a risk taker, and I'm not as brave as you. You are an absolutely brave soul. You just are just so I know inspirational. I mean, you don't get knocked down easily, and that I admire in you, Yuvi. I'm telling you,
Thank
I would
you.
have. I just went quiet for so many years. You won't believe. It's only just recently after Chandika has been, pushing me for one of my very close friends and confidants, and he just keeps inspiring me and watching the stories and stuff. But this is where you and I are. I think I don't know. You're far more resilient, and I think your story is going to certainly inspire a lot of people. That's absolutely brilliant. Look, I completely agree. You're and now you're in the UK, not just a student, but a skilled
Yes.
worker.
Yes.
Congratulations to you, UV.
Thank you so
Uh,
much.
you know, I'm really happy for you. Our audience, they can see your visa. Can you just walk us through the process? I mean, have you tried? I mean, you said you tried other agencies before IANS, but was that the only one in Canada? Were there other agencies as well?
Yes, that's the only one because like what I told you, I've been always afraid to go back to the UK because I'm afraid that my application will be refused.
I know.
I only tried
That
it with
feeling,
Ian's.
that confidence. Imagine that, right?
Yes.
Ian's
You know
assuring
why?
you, don't worry. Why?
There's one more that assured make my confidence to Ian's build up so high because I had a
Okay.
history. I had encountered with Ian's before. Ian's was been my cousin's solicitor when she was here in England before
Oh,
around 20, 2011 or 2012. And the Ian's delivered everything they promised to my cousin. It's
wow.
just my cousin didn't do what she wanted to do after Ian's helped her. So I know when I learned that Sir Ian is also in Ian, managing Ian's, I told myself, this is it. This is the
This is
opportunity that
it.
I'm
This,
waiting for. Yes, this is it.
absolutely.
Never
Oh,
once in my application in Ian's doubted, even once, no.
that
I
is key,
waited
right? Because
patiently. Yes.
that confidence, because it's all methodical, it's all precise. They're very clear with the answers. Everybody's working on every part, whether it's day or night. Things are moving
Yes.
forward.
Do you know that even at 12 midnight, 1 a.m., I am bothering Sir Michael and he still manages to respond to me? Really, to be honest,
Oh,
24/7, there's someone to help all the candidates who are
that's
aspiring to go to the UK with Ian's.
that's so true. If somebody called me in the middle of the night, I'd be very grumpy. But if it's Ian's, it's always good news.
Yes, indeed.
Well, look, you learned about Ian's, but what made you like decide to invest, £69 99 for the webinar? I mean, it could have crossed your mind, no, I mean, there are other places that give webinars for free, but why should I pay 69 99? What made you make that move?
Because according to also what in the I've read and seen in their videos, um, we will learn everything in the webinar, including every tiny bit of information that you cannot find elsewhere, and it was really informative. So
That is so true.
I didn't hesitate to pay. I got
Exactly.
what I
That
need from that webinar as well.
exactly. You get what you need. Exactly. You get
Yes,
exactly what you came in for. By the time you leave, you are assured. You are confident. That's beautiful. Now, look,
definitely.
can you just walk us through your experience during the webinar? I mean, you mentioned that it was worth it. I mean, did you think the webinar answered all of your questions?
Everything from the beginning or all the requirements, the step-by-step procedure, everything. Well, IANS also promised that there would be sponsors that they can connect us with, all the candidates with. Just seek IANS and they will provide you everything. IANS is a whole package, full package from immigration consultant, from providing care, helping other um, home cares to get their license for sponsorship, everything. ENC's full
That's
package.
exactly that start to end. They make sure that
Yes,
everything is just covered. All the bases are covered, start to end, until not just until, even when you land after, they still take care of you. That's so true. A lot of people don't understand why they need to pay for a webinar. And they say there are some free webinars, and when you but when you actually join, but they don't realize the difference. But Ian does make a difference to the lives of the attendees, right, and candidates like yourself. and
yes.
um, and you got all that support, and I'm so happy that you decided, you plunged headfirst, and you're good for it. Look, we got your timeline here. It's not hard to see that you got a sponsorship offer very, very fast. Can you tell us more about the interview? I mean, how did you prepare for it, and was Ian's team there to support you during this crucial stage?
Yes, they were there, always there to support us on. They teach us on how to answer this, on how to answer that, everything. They're very supportive. They're very accommodating, and they are always there to support their candidates on how to answer everything, on how to make your CV eligible and employable. That's one more important thing.
Yes, that is so
They're always
true.
there.
That feeling that someone is very accommodating, very welcoming. That word was very
Yes,
important, accommodating. And
they will
I've
not let
never
you down.
they will not let you down. I've never felt that with so many people, because like UV, there are so many of these agencies. I hate that word, sorry. Okay. I'm sure it's the same over there in Philippines and many places. And if all of our viewers are listening in, I've been to quite a few of them. It's just the way they talk. It just really puts me off. They're not very. They're not. It doesn't feel welcoming. You know what I mean? And it looks like somebody's reading like a parrot off of a or reciting something off of a script. It just doesn't feel organic. And I'm never convinced. They all sound the same, but with Ian's, it feels real, human. That's what really convinced me to get on board. And it's just something that you'll have to experience it, right, by joining the webinar. There's no other
Yeah,
way to
yeah.
put it.
And there are also people who are thinking that it's too good to be true. But I'm telling you,
There
it
you
is
go.
true. Yeah, it
That,
is
that,
true.
that, that-
They're
that's the
too
thing.
fast. They're too fast to do their things because they are actually doing their thing. They're doing their job that that you are paying them to do.
Exactly. That's
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 the
that's the thing,
magic.
isn't it? That's the magic.
Yes.
And most of the people that I speak to, this can't be real. I've tried so many. Why should Ian's be any different? That's the mantra. And watch our success stories. Read, listen to the people. We have the proof. We can show it.
Yes.
And this is so true. So look, you experience both being a student and a skilled worker. What do you think is the main difference between the two?
I think in skilled worker per visa, you have more freedom to do just everything, and you're entitled to have everything that you are entitled to based on their law, and it's not limited to just um, when you finish your student, like when you finish your student visa or when the school is liquidated, you have no other option. In skilled worker permit visa, you will always have options, and with Ian's help, there's nothing impossible. They
Very
can
good.
help you in skilled worker visa. You can after 5 years, you can switch to have your indefinite leave to remain in the UK and eventually apply for British citizenship, right?
Wow,
Whereas if you're in student visa, you can't do that. Even if
I
you
know.
study here for 5 years, you will not do that. You cannot
Uh,
have your resident permit.
and you have lost so much of your money, all that you
Yes,
earned,
a lot of money. Yes,
a lot of money.
because you're
I can't
paying
put.
the university.
Oh my goodness me, I can't even. I don't want to talk about that. I'll talk about it on a, on a different day. It's just like I can't even. If I put my number on it, it probably runs into the tens of thousands of pounds and sleepless nights, long hours of work, restless days. It's something that really brings back things. We have so much in common with, and also to all the students who are watching this in UK and also those who have left the UK who couldn't read as dreams. They can relate to this. Wherever you are, I want you to keep this. Look, Julie, we are down to our last few questions. Can you tell us any unforgettable experience you had with Ian's team?
Well, every one of them are really accommodating. They're always there to help you 24/7. I am nagging them, but patient is a virtue. So with all students, all candidates who are aspiring to come here in the UK, we all have different timeline. And the most important thing is trust Ians because Ians will not let you down. Will not gonna let you down. Their full package, they are delivering everything that they promised you. And the most, I think, unforgettable thing that I remember from Ian working with Ian's or with Ian's is that you will know everyone. You will know everyone from the um, uh, from their consultants, for example, Sir Michael, who are very supportive and very accommodating to all our tutors, to all our teachers as well, and you as well, and all people in the marketing. They're all accommodating. They're all kind and really patient to us, even though we
Um,
are bombarding them with
so many
questions every
questions.
day.
No, you have to,
Yes.
right? I mean, if look, if you don't ask the questions, I mean, if you don't have the answers, then you'll have doubts. But when you're
Yes.
given
Yeah.
answers to all your questions, you're confident, and I
No
think
doubt.
that's
Yes.
important.
Yes. Yes. It is important to be honest.
Absolutely.
I
Look,
can't say
now that
anything more than just they are all accommodating. They're all kind. They're all very good at what they are doing.
Yeah, I've got a few people, a few. I mean, the few that I've met in person, and we had a really lovely time. It's just a short notice, and but yeah, like there's so many moments that I can talk about. That'll be a topic on by itself on another day of all these crazy experiences that I've had. Look, now that you've got your skilled worker visa, and you have a more concrete plan for your future, are there any tips you'd like to share with our viewers, especially for the ones who are thinking to come to the UK under a student visa, or the ones who are already in the UK who would like to switch to a worker visa?
Okay, I will start first from those who are in the UK with holding student visas. I can advise you to seek IANS and try to switch your visa from student visa to skilled worker visa because you will save a lot of money. Don't waste your money for all to
Exactly.
get what you want to be or to be where you want to be. Okay, because in IANS everything's possible. They are fully packaged. They have everything and they're equipped to help you. And for those who are outside the UK and aspiring to be a UK nurse, pinned nurse, or senior carers, first of all, in for those nurses who want to be a pinned nurse in the UK, seek IANS because IANS will help you with every step of the way from the beginning to the end till you get your visa. And they have connections. They have sponsors that are willing to sponsor you. And
True.
those
That
who
is so
are who want to go in the UK as a senior carer, all I can say is that you don't need any qualification to attend their webinars or to be a senior carer in the UK. Why? Because IANS can provide you everything, can make you
true.
qualified to work as a senior carer in the
There you
UK.
go. There you go.
All you need
That's
to
the one.
do is join the webinar and learn everything from there.
Everything. Wow.
It's not that hard. It's very easy. And trust also. Trust, give your trust to Ians and you will not be,
Absolutely.
they will not let you down.
They will not let you down because it's a tough, right?
Yes.
For so many of our viewers who are watching, and they've been to so many different places, just like you, just like me, just like all the other thousands and thousands of people. And it's so hard to trust anyone who just comes and says, "We'll do it for you." But Ian's is different, and then you just said it really well. You
Yes.
know, put your
Yes.
faith in them. They will bring you home. Your home is in the UK, and that's where your real life begins. Look, UV,
Exactly.
it was an absolute pleasure talking to you. It's been amazing. You're
Likewise,
spending
Harry.
you're spending Christmas in the UK. It's gonna be fabulous. It's just amazing to listen to your story because it really brought back so many memories. Dare I say, repressed memories, things that you like to forget.
Yeah.
Not so
I'd like to
memorable
forget
stuff.
that, but I'm still in cloud nine from coming here, so it doesn't matter. It's okay.
No, you must be simply over the moon. Look at that. Look at that. Your visa and this thing. You're smiling. You're beaming. If I can put
Thank
it
you.
simply. Look, I'm so happy for you. This has been an absolute joy speaking to you. I wish you all the best, and I will see you
Thank
soon.
you.
Not a
Can I say
problem.
one
Thank
more
you for
thing?
absolutely, please.
Yeah, to all our viewers, please join our webinar in January 7, 2022 and learn everything. From there you will do your first step in achieving your dreams with Ians. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye.
Wow, like that's just amazing. She was an absolutely lovely person. I mean, her story. If you know, if it was me sitting on the fence and just listening to her story, just look at the timeline. I mean, just it's so inspiring. There's so many things that she was telling me that just brought back stories in my own life also, and it's amazing. That's the kind of inspirational story that I wanted you all to listen. As we draw closer to Christmas time, this is the time of giving, and Ian's is going to bring you home. Look, let's cut to a short commercial break. That was an amazing story, and I'll be right back with you. See you soon. Well, welcome back. Well, that was fantastic. We got our next event on the 7th of January, 11 a.m. UAE time in Dubai. Wherever you are streaming in, you can join that. You've got the number right there below. Message us, call us. You will be on board. You're going to be making this happen. Like after that story, I'm so pumped. I've got to read the comments. I want to see what our viewers are telling us. Please start rolling them. I want to read some of the comments from our viewers. And I have a Yomi, Jayasekaro. What great news for nurses! Absolutely, with a heart. Absolutely, she was one of our candidates on the show. She is watching this live as well. All our well wishes. Thank you. Yes, what great news! 50 more nurses available to be recruited. Thank you, Naomi. Thank you so much for your kind words and your heart as well. Goes out to you. Absolutely. As you can see, 50 nurses. Be a pinned nurse in 4 to 6 weeks. What can be more great than that? That is absolutely fantastic. Thank you. Thank you for your love and your support from Sri Lanka, Colombo. Thank you so, so much. You must be having an absolute blast as well. I got Callum Chandima. So he says it's a great opportunity for nurses. Absolutely, it is. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity. You're just gonna have to grab it. There is no other way to put it simply. You're still on the fence, hop over the fence. Don't peer over the fence. Enough peering. It's time now to hop over that fence and come grab this opportunity. Thank you. Thank you so much for those kind words as well. Again from Sri Lanka. Lots of love from Sri Lanka because people are just have been seeing all these amazing success stories we've been bringing for the last few days from Sri Lanka. And today we've got another one from Philippines. We've got success stories from all over the world. It's not limited to any country, demographic, or nothing like that. This is real. It doesn't get any better than this. This is all the best, the kind of stories that I want you all to be inspired because we all have the same aspirations. We all have the same dreams. We want the best for our loved ones, our families, our partners, and that's what it is. And I've got another one from Fatness Malingos Sakala, who says it's wow, it's a great opportunity there. Most certainly, these kind of opportunities, are open right now, and you must want to grab it. And I think that that's important. Thank you for those kind words as well. It is a great opportunity, and opportunities, they don't come every day. They'll just go past you, and it's just you deciding, am I going to just stare at this, or am I going to just reach out and grab it? I think that's important. I think that is what the key is. You heard Yuvi's. I'm saying she was a risk taker, but she was a calculated risk taker. She did her research with IANS. Unlike most of the other places, Ian has all the answers, all the FAQs, success stories, people you can contact, living proof of success. And she plunged in and she got her skilled worker visa. I got another person, Nilanchana Yasiru Jailak de Silva, who says to be positive with Ian's. Absolutely. A positive frame of mind. Be confident, be assured with Ian's. Because that's what Ian's is all about, isn't it? Assuring you, keeping you at ease until you wait for that wonderful moment when you see that visa with your name on it, and when you're brought on board our success stories and be interviewed by Joy or Michael or by myself or one of our wonderful presenters at Ian's. Behind the scenes, so much is happening. Ian's is taking care of you throughout the process. They never stop working, and I think that's really, really important to know. This is absolutely fabulous stuff. Well, look, if there are no more comments, I would love to wrap this up, but this is not the end. When I close off the show, I want you all to remember that we'll be back soon with another story tomorrow as well. We, uh, it'll be me, it'll be Joy, it'll be Michael. All those stories, all three of us are going to be revolving and just discussing and showing you all these wonderful opportunities. And I want you all to grab them. So as we draw closer to Christmas Eve tomorrow and Christmas the day after and Boxing Day, I want all of y'all to dwell in the Christmas spirit and know that Ian's has come with you with opportunities. Ian's has come bearing gifts, and this is the gift of giving. Ian's is the gift that keeps giving. Do not look a gift horse in the mouth, and this is Ian's, and they will certainly make sure your dreams come true and you lead a better and a bright future for you, your family, and everyone that's dependent on you. Thank you to all our viewers all over the world as we draw closer again to Christmas. I'm giving your Christmas wishes much, much early. So, Merry Christmas still ahead of you. And thank you for coming in. And I hope you'll enjoy the show. And I hope you'll inspire just a little bit. That's all I need, just to make sure that you all understand and that can relate to these stories and how genuine these stories are and how we can show and forge a path for all of you. So, join our hybrid event on the 7th of January. That is the event that I want you all to be. This is at the Sofitel downtown Dubai, 11 a.m. UAE time, our first event in the new year on the 7th of January. And I want you all to be there. If you can't be in person, you can join via Zoom. Register now. This is your opportunity. You saw, you heard what Yuvi was talking about. She started her journey by registering for this event, and from there, the road to UK is open. That's the timeline. You can see for yourself. And she made that jump. And now she's here, spending Christmas in the UK. What a wonderful story. If this story doesn't inspire you, there will be more stories that will inspire you. This is just the beginning. This is just the tip of the iceberg. Thank you. Thank you, all of you, so much for joining in. I hope you'll have a wonderful evening, a wonderful morning, wonderful afternoon, a wonderful night, wherever you are. Wherever you have hopes and aspirations, IANS is knocking on your door. Open the door and let IANS in. Thank you. Have a wonderful night. Bye bye.